Hello everyone, welcome to episode 1 of the Showtime Podcast. And in this episode, we are going to be doing a quiz for this episode. Hope you guys enjoy it. And let's get into the podcast. Don't forget to subscribe. And bye! So we can start with question 1. What's the name of the film that features Jamie Lee Curtis, Chris Evans and Daniel Craig?
Oh no, I know all of those people, but I don't
Sorry,
know.
could you say the question again?
What's the name of the film that features Jamie Lee Curtis, Chris Evans and Daniel Craig?
I'm beginning to regret signing up to this quiz.
I know all of those actors. I don't know what How do we make sure people don't use the internet?
Well, don't use the internet.
Yeah, don't use the internet, guys.
If any of you don't know any,
Don't be that guy.
if
You're
any,
only cheating yourself.
if any of you don't know who any of the actors are, I can give you a bit of a clue of what they previously have been in.
I know who all of those actors are.
Chris Evans should be the most. Daniel Craig and Chris Evans, everyone should know them two, off by heart.
I know them. I know Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah, that goes well back.
Yeah.
I'm locked in on my answer. I'm
Yes.
not changing it.
So that's good. So
I think I might
who's
get
ready?
that wrong.
Who's ready for next? Who's ready for next one?
Okay,
Yeah.
I put the answer that I know is incorrect, but I don't know what is correct.
Okay.
I'm ready.
So who's ready for next one?
I'm ready.
How many years
Go on.
after Harry left Hogwarts is the last scene in the Harry Potter franchise?
Oh, bugger.
And to give you a clue, it's not on screen for that long.
Oh, that's good.
Can you repeat your question, please?
How many years after Harry left Hogwarts is the last scene in the Harry Potter franchise?
This is a bit of a
I've only seen
guess.
one Harry Potter
Yeah.
movie.
I think I know what it is. I think
Interesting.
So, is it how many years he left?
Yeah, because
how many years?
because in the movie it does say how many he's left, because it says something later.
Oh, okay.
How many years later?
Yeah,
And
the
then,
and then that's
and then
the
it has him like his son,
yeah
like
yeah
sending his son off.
yeah.
Alright.
So you've got a son. That's a bit of a clue then. I might have got it wrong.
How old was he when he left Hogwarts?
I think he's 18 by that point.
But I'm not saying anything because I know the answer, so I won't say it.
Either way, I think I've made the right decision.
I'm locked. With mine. Locking my
Yeah,
answer.
spent 9 ages ago.
Okay, who's ready for the next one?
Ready. Okay, cool.
What's the name of the actor that sings the Heartbeat theme tune?
The Heartbeat.
Oh, I know. What
Because there is an actor within the actual show who sings the theme tune and has got a single out. You
I've
might,
done drama shows.
yeah, you might like the next question.
I ain't got an answer yet. I'm just trying to think
I'm trying to think of someone who it could possibly be.
You
The
might-
name that's come in my head so far is Tom Jones, and it was not Tom Jones.
Yes.
Okay.
So the next question is, how many seasons of The Simpsons is there as of 2020?
Oh shit.
Sorry, say that again.
How many seasons of The Simpsons is there as of 2020?
It's a lot. I know that.
Even when I found out, it still amazes me.
Do you get points for coming the closest?
You get half a point for coming close if you're like a one-off or something like that.
Okay. 'Cause there's a lot of them.
You'll be surprised when you see how many there is. It still mind boggles me.
I've made an
I think
educated guess.
But you
I
can
think it
be
was announced recently.
yeah, you can be one short or one ahead of it, then you'd still get a point or something, or half a point.
Okay.
The next one, go to the next set of
These are
questions.
good questions, I will have to say.
Ready for the next one? This is an interesting one.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, next question. If anyone's put all their answers in.
Yep. Got mine in.
Okay, next one is, what's the first ever game made for PlayStation? Good question. That's a good question. I've never heard of this game, so.
Someone's turning into a zombie.
It's
You've
me.
never heard of the game? Oh, it's not like what I'm thinking of then.
I might have heard of it, but it's very rare I have seen this on the shelves. That's how I don't know it as much
Great.
as well known, because it's quite old.
Quite old. Ooh.
But I think most of you would have heard of it.
Okay, I've made I've
The
made a decision.
The only thing I won't say is the type of game it is, because that might give it away.
There is a problem in your specification that most people will probably know from how you specify it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna probably be in the small amount of people that don't know, because I've never played a single PS game. Well, mostly. Nor have
I've only heard this game because of classic YouTubers who've gone back like years. Here we go.
Can you give the publishers of the game, like who developed it?
I've literally just got the answer of what the game is, because it's the only answer that came up when I checked. It didn't come up with the publisher,
I
unfortunately.
don't think I might.
But you would
I'm just gonna go for something.
Yeah, I think
It's
you
gonna
all
be wrong.
will get the next one.
Okay.
We are
Interesting.
only on that was question 5, weren't it? That one.
Yeah, that was question 5. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm ready.
When did the original Xbox came out?
I typed something in 'cause I thought I knew the answer straight away. I ended up typing wet for yoy. Somehow.
Okay.
That's not a year.
It's my favourite year. Wet for yoy.
We
But-
have 1 in, 1 out for that one.
But for this one, if you don't get the date but you get the year, I'll still give it to you. If you get the year.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Next one's an interesting one. I didn't even know this.
Yarp.
What's the most expensive video game ever made?
Oh, the
Yeah,
most
I think that
expensive
one.
video game.
When
Is
interesting.
that when it came out, or is that now?
That was when it was made, because it was. But if you get the game, just the name of the game, I'll give it to you.
Okay.
You don't.
Is it anything these lot play?
It's quite a very popular. It's a very popular game. It's been going on for years, and I mean years.
It's massively popular.
It's massively popular, but I won't say anything that will be similar to it because it might give it away.
Ready.
Okay, on to another one. Which band had their song "The Edge" featured in the movie Amazing Spider-Man 2?
So that again.
Which band had their song "The Edge" featured in the movie Amazing Spider-Man 2?
Oh, woman,
And it's basically it's one of the main songs on the soundtrack for the actual movie. It's one of the main songs.
Can you give us a clue? Are they a British band or American?
I'm gonna say they are from down under,
Oh, from Australia.
and
Right.
they are quite big, but they're not like a radio. They're not like they get on the radio, but they are quite big. Question 9.
First game.
Yeah,
So
question.
question 9 now.
Yeah, on question 9. If you okay. In the movie Shaun of the Dead, what song are Shaun and Ed humming/singing with a zombie in the background?
Question 9.
So not the scene where the music plays on the thing.
Nope. It's one with the zombie in the background and they're basically singing at it.
It's been a long
That-
time since I've seen that film.
And I see that scene so many times on YouTube. It's everywhere. But I can give you a clue that it is the song is from the 90s.
What's the scene again?
It's the
And
scene
is
where
it when they're in garden or something?
no,
When
it's
they're in
when
garden?
it's when the pub gets closed. They're walking back. They're drunk, and then they start singing and humming, and then there's a zombie in the background that moans,
Oh, right.
and then they're doing like a tune, and then pointing, then looking at the zombie.
Damn.
One of my favourite scenes.
Is the
Songs
song?
from 90s.
It's
Is it a
quite
popular song from the 90s?
it's quite well known. It's quite I think it's popular. Question 10 is, what's the name of the composer that did the Lord of the Rings soundtrack?
Oh. I might be able to get that.
It's very iconic. I'm trying to remember.
It's a very iconic person. He's only basically known. He's more known for that sound for the Lord of the Rings soundtrack than anything he's ever done.
And he's not known for doing no else. He's only known for Lord of the Rings.
I think his most famous one he has done has been Lord of the Rings. I think it's his biggest one he's done. But I can quickly, while you're looking, I can quickly have a look.
If you could tell us other films he's been in.
That's why I'm just checking. Compose. He's done the Hobbits. I think he's done the whole. I'm just trying to think what he's done. So I'm just having a look now.
I'm not trying to ask for hints. I'm just curious. Could you describe something about his face appearance?
He's quite an oldish person, and I can say he's Canadian.
Okay.
Yeah, I was spot.
Any other big films he's done?
He's composed scores for over 80 films, but he's most notable for the Lord of the Rings and Hobbit. So basically, his two biggest are Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit. So
I can't spell his name. That's the only problem.
if you at least get the first name right, then I might give it.
I didn't even know the first name.
Yeah, I'm just trying to have a look at what other movies he's done, just to give people a little bit of a helping hand. Okay, this is interesting. Some of them I've never even. He's done. Any of you seen Big?
Big with what's his name?
Yeah, he composed Big. He did Big. So I can give another one he's done. I'm trying to think of any other well-known ones that he's done. He's done.
I don't know things.
He's done.
I don't understand life.
Here we go. He's done Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh. I've seen the film, but the only song I remember from the film was when they played "Dude Looks Like a Lady" on it, which
and
Dogma.
And he's also done my favourite. And then he's also done one of my favourite films that I watch, but it's one of my favourite from the 90s. Striptease.
Okay.
No, I just think it's a good film. Not just because of what it is, I just like it. It's a good film to watch.
I know my answer is wrong, but I don't know what was wrong.
I'm just trying to see if there's any other... And I'm just trying to see if any of you guys... So if any of you guys want any other movies...
No, I think I know what it is, but I don't want to put my answers.
Yeah, because I would have said King Kong. I would have said King Kong. Yes, he did King Kong.
It looks like he does stuff for Peter Jackson then, but I can't think of who does the music for Peter Jackson stuff.
Yeah, I can't.
So that's...
I don't pay attention to it. Yeah, question 11. Yeah.
Question 11. And what All That Remains song featured in the first ever Saw movie? Because it's
great. Series I've never seen.
And also, this song is also famous because it's in the first ever Saw movie. It's quite a famous scene.
I don't know the band, and I've never seen
What
songs.
All That Remains song features in the first ever Saw movie?
I know what you said. I don't know that band, and I've never seen those films, so I have no way of knowing. I
just picked that because it's an interesting one because it started one of the biggest horror franchises going in the 21st century.
I've answer for that one. I have no clue.
Just give me a question, James. A question again.
What All That Remains, or which All That Remains song featured in the first ever Saw movie?
I don't even think that's a real song I put.
I can tell you that the song. I can tell you.
Do you want the band name or who sung it or what the song's called?
If you just get the song, if any of you know the song title and just get the song title, you still get it. And basically, the song title is very simple. It's the most simplest title for a song I've ever seen. If you know the band, you would get it, but it's a very simple title. It must have not took them that long to come up with a name.
It's like the first thing that comes to their mind.
Interesting. Let's go do the next one,
Number 12.
which is now back onto TV because I've split it up. Here we go.
I hope I can do this one.
Okay, who's ready?
Ready.
What's the name of the TV show that Simon Pegg co-wrote with Jessica Stevenson called?
You did a TV series?
Yes.
Oh my
It's the.
God.
If it wasn't for this, you wouldn't have Shaun of the Dead. You wouldn't have all the films he's in today. If it wasn't for this show.
Okay.
Was it a comedy?
Yes, it was. The only thing I won't say is what channel it was on, because that will definitely give it away.
Was he in it?
Yes, he was. Both of them were in it. They both played the main characters.
See, I have a vague memory of that being a thing I'd heard of, but I've never seen it. I don't know.
I've only watched like a couple of episodes of it.
I just know of those actors.
Yeah, I know.
Is it Shaun
I
of
know
the Dead
one of
Horror?
those.
It's
I've
quite
seen
a.
all of the films that were like of that sort of. I've seen Shaun of the Dead and I've seen
Yeah.
Hot Fuzz.
When you hear the name of the show, it will come to you as soon as I say it. When I say it,
Okay.
Just curious, isn't Shaun of the Dead horror?
it's a horror / comedy.
Yeah.
So they made it so it's comedy friendly, and it is comedy friendly, very very comedy friendly.
/ comedy.
Weird.
No, this one's no. The question that we're on now, it's just a comedy show. They were talking about Shaun of the Dead.
Simon Pegg in it.
Yeah, Simon
Yeah.
Pegg co-wrote with Jessica Stevenson called.
I've done the best I can.
But when I say the answer for this question, you might then have heard of it.
Okay.
Right.
'Cause it's quite a well-known show.
I might look at my answers, and I think maybe I got like 2 or 3.
I
right.
don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised if every single answer I've put so far was incorrect.
Next one, I think some of you might get this one.
I think I've got a couple right.
I think you might get the next one because it was not that quite a couple of years old since it's been on,
Okay.
but you might know it. What's the name of the British comedy drama TV show starring Jack Whitehall?
You're pissing. Why?
And I can give you a clue. It is not Bad Education. I'll give you that. That's not it.
Oh yeah, he was on that, wasn't he?
But I'm just letting you know it's not that one. Just to give you a little bit of a clue, it's not that one.
What on earth has Jack Whitehall? I've not seen any shows that Jack Whitehall's been in. The only reason I know he exists is because of the big fat blooming quiz of the year.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I know that he
If
exists.
anybody wants a clue of who else is in it, I can give you a clue of who else is in it. Because there is one other well-known actor that's in it.
Okay, what actor?
Joe Thomas.
I don't even know who that is.
If you've not seen In
He
Between
was
Us.
in Between, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's the most famous
I've
out of
never
the
seen
bunch
In-Between-Us.
other than Jack Whitehall to be in that show.
Oh, this is so bad.
But you would have heard of it. And both of these shows were both on the same channel. On TV. Both are aired on the same channel, but in different years.
Okay, well, please just do the next one so that
Okay.
I have a slight chance of actually knowing it.
Okay, who's ready for the next one?
I am.
Now this is about an actor and what show they've been in. Is the next one. Michelle Keegan stars in Argylle, but can you name the other TV show she has starred in the last year?
No, because I don't know who that is.
There's one show you've not seen Argylle. If you know Argylle, you would have known who she is.
I've not even know what that show is. I don't know who she is. I don't know.
'Cause there's I can give you a clue. It's a comedy show that's been on Sky One. It was very popular.
Comedy show on Sky One.
Yeah. As soon as I say the name, it might jog your memory.
Well, I haven't watched Sky One ever since.
No, but I'm just saying as soon because it also has been advertised a couple of times on just ads, so it might come across when you hear it when I say the name.
And it's a comedy.
Yeah, quite a funny one at that because I've watched a couple of episodes myself and it's quite funny. Oh, next one's going to be a challenge, but we'll see how it goes.
I'm sounds like he's in absolute torment and pain.
Now next.
Got a single one right, yeah. I don't think.
Next one's an interesting one. If you have seen this show, that's if you have seen this one.
Yeah, chances are I haven't.
Except this one was massive. It's massive in the UK. This was quite massive. Who's ready for the next one?
That's the question. I'm ready for it.
How many episodes was there in the British black comedy show Shameless?
In the British black comedy show, what?
Shameless.
Shameless? You mean the show I've never seen, I never heard of?
What with Frank Gallagher, who used to get literally drunk every night? That show.
I don't know.
That's
I
also
don't know.
that's also based in a real life estate in Manchester.
This is
How many
a
seasons were
world that I don't know about.
There was 11.
11.
11, and it was like one of the most popular. It was one of the most popular black comedy
What,
shows.
11 seasons were that? There were 11 seasons.
11 seasons, and at the moment, the American version of our show is on course to beat it. It's on course to beat it by going on 12. It's quite a lot. Some of you might know might have heard of the next one, but it's another well-known show. Oh, comedy. 'Cause it's,
Really? Is it well known? Is it? Am I gonna bloody know it right away?
it is well known because of
I got it.
two actors.
I haven't done the breakdown.
there's two actors.
I'm gonna start wildly flailing my limbs.
Who's ready for the next question?
Aaron, stay away from the light, Aaron.
So who's ready for the next question?
Yeah, right.
When did Phoenix Night aired on British TV?
Oh, I know the show.
Because of Peter Kay and Paddy McGuinness and all that.
Down again.
No, if you just get the year that it started, all that, then I would give it to you. So if you just get the year.
I've completely guessed on that. It could be.
So I'm just saying for these ones, you just get year.
The first year it aired.
Yeah, if you just get the first year to when it started.
You get a quarter of a point if it's within 5 years.
Ooh, interesting.
Because I might get a little bit of pointage if that.
Yeah, because I might give a couple. I might give a couple of points if you're close enough.
Yes, that's exactly right.
if you're close enough. Yeah, no, I don't think a lot of you will get the next one.
Okay.
So
I don't think we're getting the other ones. So
No, I don't think you'll get the next one. But this is a very popular show.
Yeah.
That has just recently tried to have a resurgence.
Right.
Here we go. Can you name the actor that plays Dave Leaston in Red Dwarf? Yeah, yeah. Because my dad tried getting me into that, so that's how I know about it. I've watched every season with my dad, so I know well.
It's a good show. I like it. I don't know what his actor is doing.
I can give you a clue. He's quite well known because he's been on that one big show. Because he's been on a bit.
He does a jazz thing, and he also does something else on BBC.
That's right.
Wasn't he?
He was the host of Robot Wars at one point.
That's actually quite correct. That was going to be one of my answers, but I didn't put that down. Oh, here we go. This will be an interesting one. Who's ready for the next one?
I can't think of anything next one.
But you would have heard of him.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Here we go. The next question is, when was the last episode of Top of the Pops aired on British TV?
You are joking me.
It'll be when Pop died.
I can vividly remember it because I was still young.
This way, Josh. You used to watch it when you were a kid.
I was young.
Because we used to watch it on telly together when you were little. We used to dance in front of it.
Yeah. I can let you know it was in.
Well, I'm sure in your lifetime. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. If anybody wants a clue,
that's adorable.
if anybody wants a clue, I can give you a time span between the years of 2000 and 2010.
Okay.
So it's in between. It's just literally in there. If you're a year off, you'll be getting half a point or a point, depending.
And if you're 5 years off, you get a quarter of a point.
Yeah, quarter of a point.
What was the question again?
When was the last episode of Top of the Pops aired on British TV? And still, I don't think Top of the Pops has gone because they bring it back for Christmas every year.
Yeah.
So I don't think it has left.
Well, that makes it a pretty crappy question, doesn't it?
Yeah. Next one's if any of you have.
Punch a llama.
Yeah, I don't know if any of you have heard of this show, but you might have.
Mega Man, please remember this is going on YouTube.
Is it?
Have you got
Okay.
a llama in your room? Is that
No,
what you're
not a
talking
llama. It's a turn of phrase that doesn't exist yet, but
It
it
was-
will after this.
I know it's a
video.
phrase, but it may take it literally.
Yeah, who's ready for the next question?
Oh yeah, because people think I'm gonna punch a blooming llama.
I'm not bothered, just want to put it out there.
I'm ready for the next question.
Next question is,
Are you sure you're ready?
Yes.
can you name the actor that plays Moss in the IT Crowd?
Oh,
Andy-
I know
and
this
he's-
one. I know this one.
And he's well known because he's one of my favourite actors.
I don't know it. I don't want to show.
I can give you a clue. I
I
can
know this one.
I can give you a clue for anyone who doesn't know. He's also done a show called Gadget Man.
Aaron's waited for.
He's done a show called Gadget.
I'll get it too.
Yeah, he's done Gadget Man and Travel. He's done another show called Travel Man.
I know what he looks like in his face. I can't put a name to it.
It's quite a difficult surname. It's got quite a difficult surname.
He has got a different.
Yeah,
surname.
but I love him. I love him that much. I love his. I love the advert he's in when he talks about being British.
Yeah.
It's the best.
I had a good time. I finally got a question I actually knew.
Oh, this one's going to be. If any of you have seen this show, you might get this one, but it's very popular and it tried to have a resurgence. Who's ready for the next one?
No, I ain't done that one yet. So just tell me a question again for that last one, because I still haven't got it yet.
Can you name the actor that plays Moss in the IT Crowd? And
He's got a weird surname, and he did the Gadget Man.
Gadget Man,
With
he
the
also
posting system, I feel like you'd be voted as the most favourite character of this video.
and
Probably,
yeah,
I'm getting
and he
pissed off.
also did Travel Man when he went to like different places for 24 hours.
Oh, I know it is.
Those are two of my favourite shows.
Of course, yeah, I knew this one.
I
This
think
one,
this
I
is
like
good.
that. I love that show. That show.
Oh, interesting. Interesting.
Wouldn't it just be amazing if the one question you thought you knew, you got it wrong?
The next one's going to be interesting.
I didn't get
This
it
one's
wrong.
going to be interesting.
I might have even spelled his last name right, which is.
This is the next one's interesting.
Okay.
What year did the X-Files start?
Oh, piss off.
The one that resurgence, because I remember that.
Why?
It had a
Is it?
it had a
I
resurgence.
don't know.
It,
Wait,
I don't
are we
care
talking about the original X-Files or the
You mean
remake?
the original, don't you?
so basically, if you get the when it started, but also you know the year that it finished, then you can get a point for either.
Can
Sorry,
you
what was
give
the
us like
question?
the decades? The beginning of the decade and the.
It's quite near to the 90s.
What was the question
Very near the beginning. But you can also get it if you get the where it ended, because it's got quite a long span period.
What's the question again?
What year did the X-Files started? But I'm gonna let you have it if you get where it finished as well. If you can get that anywhere near it, I'll give you it. If you're like 5 years off or something like that, I'm still,
Like 5 years off.
I still might be generous and might give it to you.
Hey, James,
Yeah.
This is the most
what was the
insane.
question again?
What year did the X-Files start? But I'm also giving it for if you know when it finished, because it's not that long. It's not actually that long ago. 'Cause I still can't believe it lasts that long.
I'm actually like seething right now.
Yeah, so if you can get the original X-Files, then you get the Resurgence one as well. Either one, I'll still give it to you.
I can't even fathom.
Wait, the Resurgent one, like the remake.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah. If they can get either, I'll give it to you either way. So that basically means the beginning. If you get the where it starts, and also if you get when it finishes, I'll give you either one.
Okay.
Just to make it slightly easier. Because I know some of you might get the Resurgent one because it wasn't that long ago.
No, it wasn't that long ago.
And I actually sat and watched the whole series of that. That was actually quite fun.
Even though it's not that too
Are we still
cool,
on the X-Files question?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm ready for 21.
21's an interesting one if you have seen this one. But you might get this one.
Most likely not, but okay, go ahead.
Which famous TV/film actor stars in the American TV sitcom Home Improvement?
I know it.
And he's quite well known.
British.
And he's quite well known.
Famous
He's
British.
very well known.
Famous
Right.
British actor.
No, he's a famous TV and film actor.
Oh. Oh, I know that one. I know that one.
Has he been in a
I know
film
that
with
one.
Will Smith?
I'm just gonna,
remember
because I
his
can
name.
check.
I do know his name, but I just remember it.
I don't
I
think
remember.
he's been in. I don't think he's been in a film with Will Smith. I don't think.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
There's a compilation
I'll-
of YouTube with all like noises on it.
Yeah,
Somewhere.
It's a compilation of.
there's quite a lot of well-known films he's been in. Wow.
Every time he goes, they speed up the video. It's like 2 minutes long or something.
That's interesting.
I wish
Tell me
that
the question
sounded-
Hmm.
again.
Which famous TV/film actor stars in the American TV sitcom Home Improvement?
Oh, improvement.
I kind of wish like that noise what the actor makes, that sound. I wish I could replace the Wilhelm scream in Star Wars. That'd be really good.
Oh no! It's died. Play that sound.
Here we go.
Give me another
Ricky
clue.
Jay.
And is he been in something else?
Yeah, but the one thing I won't be able to say is the well-known movies he's been in because you will get it straight away.
Alright, go on, just tell me something else then.
He's. Oh, I'm trying to think of any other films he's been in.
It was in Jungle to Jungle.
Has anybody? Has any of you seen Wild
He was
Hogs?
in Christmas with the Crank.
Yes, Wild Hogs. One of my favourites.
Oh, I can't remember his name.
And he's also been in a TV show that's you can watch in the UK called Last Man Standing.
Can't remember his surname.
Because that's basically like one of the American shows I watch with him in.
Does his surname begin with an A?
Yes.
I got it right then.
Creaky chair.
Wow, and I've actually seen what his surname is. Huh? If you want a surname like that, you're going to be taking the mickey out of your name for life.
Uh-huh.
His surname's Dick.
Dick.
Yeah, and he's 66. Going on.
Right.
That's
Okay, next question. I'm ready for the next
Next question is, name the 2012 American thriller film starring Mark Strong and Jessica Chastain.
Sorry, say that again. I didn't hear.
Name the 2012 American thriller film starring Mark Strong and Jessica Chastain.
Oh, I know
I
this
don't
one.
know either of those actors.
I can give you a clue for Jessica Chastain that she was in.
Pit of Despair.
She was in both of the Jurassic Worlds,
Okay.
and that's the.
It doesn't help me.
Mark
Did
Strong was in
you say when it came out?
No, you just have to name just the film.
Can you give us the date?
20. I just said 2012.
Or did you say 2012? Okay.
That's the year it came out.
Okay.
I can't give any clue about the movie because it mostly might give it away.
Don't know. I have no clue.
It came out on December the 19th, 2012.
Okay.
Did you say 2012?
Yeah, if any of you want a clue of what the film's actually about, I can give you a clue.
That
Go on
might
then.
help. Might help.
It's about the greatest manhunt in history.
Manhunt.
Yeah, because there was a famous thing that happened that everyone was searching for this one person, and that's what it's based on. Because it was big on British news for like the whole year. I remember it.
You'd think I'd know something like
Yeah, I think I
Oh, the other clue I could give would be that they did find his body. They did find him, kill him, and then they chucked him into the sea.
That's nice.
No, because they actually did with this person that they found. They actually found him and then chucked him into the sea, so his body would never be found.
I only recognise one actor, which was Mark Strong.
Yeah, Mark Strong's in it. Jessica Chastain's in it.
I'm gonna go on my bed and chill out for a second. I'm pissed.
Are you going to scream on your bed? Are you going to scream on your bed?
It sounds like my questions are quite difficult, but it's actually quite a well-known. It's quite an historic film because of what it's based on.
That was a power nap, but for.
I think this video would be even better.
You might get the next one.
Question 23.
Who's ready for the next one?
Ready.
Mega Man running around his room screaming.
Name the
Actually doing that.
Yeah, name the 2014 animation comedy film starring Chris Pratt and Will Arnett.
Animated film when?
2014. Starring Will Arnett and Chris Pratt. And it's actually quite a big one because it wasn't recently. There was, and I won't say it because it might give it away.
There's been sequels to it, has there?
Yeah, so I can't. Yeah, there has been a sequel to it, and it wasn't that long. Actually, wasn't that long ago.
Only one sequel.
Yes, there's only 2 films on it.
Oh, bloody hell, I got that wrong then.
I don't think that's.
But it's. But I can tell you, it's a very kiddie-like movie for kids.
Did it?
Yeah.
I know what it is.
It's a very kiddie-like film.
Even though I haven't seen it, I still know what it is.
Next one's gonna be interesting.
Okay.
It's an interesting way I put the question. If anybody's ready. Can you name the movie starring Adam Sandler where he plays a rich adult idiot and goes back to school?
I hate.
And it's also it's one of his big movies.
Okay, great. I don't know that. The only films that I know he's been in are Happy Gilmore.
He's rich and he go to school.
In Pixels.
Yeah, it was basically he played like an adult.
The one where he's a guy from Pakistan or something. Not Pakistan.
Yeah, it's.
What's the one where he's a war person?
Yeah, when you get the answers and you find out what it is, you might have heard of it when I say the answer. And it might come to you.
The blooming Betrayal's probably racist.
Because it's one of.
What question are we on now? Are we on 24 at the moment?
Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 5 more questions left.
I think we are on 24. Right.
Here we go.
I thought the answer was 24.
Yeah, I was 24.
Here we go. Some people might get this one. Some people might not.
Could I remember it one more time because it's funny.
Here we go.
I think I'm actually.
Who's ready for the next one?
I'm ready.
What's the name of the football movie starring Sean Bean?
Yeah.
The football movie.
Yeah, but it's quite a bit.
The football.
Yeah.
It's a football movie where he plays as he plays as someone who works in a factory, gets a trial, and it all works out in the end. It's quite a.
Football.
Yeah.
It's a good film.
It's one of his movies. From that, it got better and better for him.
Football.
Did I question it? Did I just question the question wrong or something? I didn't know.
Expecting to get another rage from the geek.
I didn't even know how to word it out, so I just worded it out like that.
Really bad. Hello.
Hello.
I couldn't.
Okay, I didn't break my expensive headphones.
I didn't know what way of naming the question, so I had to think like that without giving anything away.
Football.
He's not gonna like it because he's not gonna like it because there is another football question film coming on
Hey,
soon.
Mega
I
Man.
know nothing about any facet of football.
Sure you do.
Oh,
Just kick
people
a
might
ball.
know this one
You know
because
that episode of the IT Crowd with Moss?
who's ready?
Where you look at
Right.
oh look, the football's gone over there. This is an exciting development. That is me.
Yeah, who's ready? Who's ready for the next question?
I am.
Did you see that ludicrous display last night?
Here we go. What's the name of the
26
film?
Next, right? It's 26
Yeah.
next, isn't it?
What's the name of the film that features Michael Jordan?
There are
I know
multiple.
it.
If it is one, but there's one well-known film that he featured in, and it's quite.
I think I know this one.
Yeah.
Actually.
Next one.
Actually,
Some people might rage or might know this. It's going way back. Ooh.
Way back.
When the next question, I can say this film that the question's referring to is in the year 2000. So I'm going way back.
Well, you cut
Oh, wait,
out.
right,
and
did you
I told
say?
you about it.
Yeah, you cut out then.
So it's
Exactly.
so the next film is from like the year 2000, but I won't say the name of the film.
Okay.
Is
That's a good year.
name the film about a boy who has magic football boots. Because he actually does. It's an iconic.
I am going to murder the whole world. The whole world. I am so angry right now. Why would you?
Wait,
No.
wait, so he had magical shoes?
Magical football. Is it?
I'll give you a clue of who's in it because it's a well-known actor that's in it.
That's my answer, but I'll put it down.
If any of you have heard of an actor called Ray Winston, he's in that.
Ray
I don't
Winston.
know who that is.
Yeah.
Is it a crappy
Ray
film?
Winston's in it.
No, it's quite a well.
Is it like a bargain bin film?
No, it was quite popular at the time. It was quite popular.
Oh.
It's quite popular. It's quite popular for.
Every film you have talked about has been quite popular.
Yeah, because I pick films that are popular, but just.
They're not though.
Next one's gonna be
I
interesting.
need better knowledge.
Here we go. Who's ready for the next question?
Well,
What's the highest grossing film of all time?
The highest grossing film of all time. I should know this.
And I won't.
I remember it got beaten.
And this one.
You're doing that again.
And
what date? When did it fully gross? What would date roughly?
the date.
Yeah, the date. What year did it?
It's very recent.
Okay.
And that's something I do remember. It was recent. Because this film's. I can't even remember when this film actually came out. Myself, but no, because I know the film. It's just I couldn't remember when it last came out because there's been some other movies come out since.
Oh, it's the blue.
I won't say what it is because you don't get it straight away.
Oh, can you give the clues in it?
That's why I can't
Is
say.
it
I can't.
animated?
I literally can't
Is it
say.
animated?
No, I can't say any actors in it because as soon as I say one of them, you'll all get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I can't say it.
Okay.
Who directed it?
Ah, that's something I
That's
don't.
too much of a thing, isn't
That's
it?
something I don't know.
That's
Ah,
probably obvious, isn't it?
It doesn't say who it's directed by, but it just says produced. But
Okay.
I can't say who produced it because it would also give it away.
Yeah, I thought so.
So a lot of the
I
ants.
think I'm right.
Yeah, a
I
lot of.
just can't remember which one that's called. It's part of a series, isn't
It's directed by Anthony Russo and Joe Russo, the Russo brothers.
Oh,
And who?
right.
it? Anthony Lusso and who?
Anthony Russo and Joe Russo, so it's the Russo brothers,
I don't know
who are quite well. Somehow they're quite well known in the scene for films that they have done because they've done quite a lot of the same type. They've done. They're known for doing a certain type of thing, but I won't say.
I don't know.
The next one's a next one's
I
gonna.
think it is.
Next one's a difficult.
But I can't remember what it's called.
Next one's a difficult one.
Try to get
The next one's a difficult one.
Yeah, and it's the last. One.
Most of these have been difficult.
No, but this one might be the hardest out of the bunch because
Okay.
I went with this one because most of this person's movies would be too obvious, so I had to go a bit far back in his career. But it's a well-known film. Not well-known. It's a movie that has been on a couple of times that I have watched, but not been on that many times.
So are we still on that last question?
Yeah, we're on the last one. What's the name of the first breakout movie that Arnold Schwarzenegger was in?
You completely cut out there. Say again.
What's the name of the first breakthrough movie that Arnold Schwarzenegger was in?
Sorry, you cut off just before you said Arnold Schwarzenegger.
What's the name of the first breakthrough movie that Arnold Schwarzenegger was in?
You keep cutting out.
I'm not. I can hear you very well.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
we
you
can't.
cut out.
Start from
Say
Arnold.
it again.
Oh,
Start from Arnold.
Arnold Schwarzenegger was in.
Oh, okay. What's the most famous movie he was in?
Nah, wrong.
The first one he was in.
It's basically his first breakthrough, so what got him to where he was today.
I know this one. It's yeah.
And one and a couple of
Put the answer
yeah.
that it could be, but it won't be now.
Yeah, because one of my favourite movies is a few movies after this one.
Right. Okay, is that the last one, is it?
Yeah.
Hey, Mega Man.
Yeah.
If you were to go on a game show, do you think you would be able to keep your composure?
What's that? I think if I was on a game show, I might actually lose my mind.
I lose my mind.
Because
And
then
embarrass
it's not
yourself
as good.
in front of thousands of people.
Yes, in front of thousands of people. I'd probably actually, because I'd be so scared that and like wanted to be good, that I'd actually be the complete opposite of what I am.
Oh, for God's sake, I'm trying to do this.
Like wooden, I'd be like frozen.
Switch T.
And I'd probably
Switch. No, not that one.
I need to go and do something quickly. Then I'm back and then we can do the answers.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I'm all. Now I need to go and have a look at them now.
So do we just need to give you the answers?
Questions. Is that all done?
Yeah, that's all of them done.
Right, I've sent you all mine.
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember in which order these are in the papers. Trying to remember which
Well,
order.
I've numbered mine.
Yeah, I'm just doing mine because I put
But
them in.
your numbers on yours are wrong, aren't they? So mine's.
No, that's
So
wrong
don't
one.
have to-
Wrong one. That one is. I think it's.
I tried to do it from top to bottom, but some of them I completely missed.
I was just
Yeah.
going to say, by the way, that my voice hurts after.
And there we go. I've done them in order. I've got them. I've got finally the order done. I finally got the order done.
Okay,
What's
so
your answers?
we're all putting our answers in now, aren't we?
Well, do you want me to message your answers, or are we just taking them off as we go?
We're messaging, aren't we?
Yeah, I've messaged mine.
Ooh, interesting.
I'll do mine now.
Yeah.
This is gonna be
There's
this is gonna be
yeah.
interesting.
Be gentle.
So you wanting to know the answers now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The answer for number one is Knives Out.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Knives Out. What, it weren't Layer Cake? I'm right annoyed now.
No, it's Knives Out.
What did everybody else get?
I had Halloween because that's the only film I know that has what's her name in it.
Jamie Lee
Jamie
Curtis.
Lee
Yeah, I know.
Curtis.
I can
I
understand
knew
that.
it wasn't the right answer. But
Knives,
it's
Knives Out. Then
What did you say, John?
Like, I put Cowboys versus Aliens.
Oh,
I
Did
don't
you-
know what.
I only very slightly remember that film exists.
so the next one is how many years after Harry left Hogwarts is 19.
Nine.
It's 19, did you say?
Yeah, it's 19 years later.
It's 35. So I got two
Okay.
wrong then.
I put 17, so.
So you're not that far off. So I'll give you a point on that one because you were close. Because if you're close enough to it, then you can get an answer for it.
I was way off.
So then the next one, I'm trying to figure out which question was next.
It was the one where I said it was the only one I could think of was Tom Jones.
Ah,
With a heart.
the heartbeat one. Yep, the answer was Nick Berry.
I've got it right.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nick Berry.
I
You're
put
big
Anthony
red.
Hopkins.
He did have a song out in the 90s. He had a song out in the 90s.
Anthony Hopkins.
Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Then the next one. Next one's.
John Hopkins is his
Next
name.
one. Ooh, next one's interesting.
Was the Simpsons one?
How many? Yep, the answer was 31.
Oh, I put 30, I get a point.
Yeah, he gets a point, 30.
I put 26.
I put 33.
Oh, close.
This next one I'm not going to get right.
I'm trying to figure out. I'm just trying to read. Oh, it's for the game one, so I get my
Yeah,
game.
the first PlayStation
Yeah.
1 game. I'm
First
wrong.
PlayStation 1 game was actually Ace Combat 2.
Piss. Okay. I put Jumping Flash.
Ace
which I'm
Combat.
pretty sure was much later.
I just put Crash Bandicoot.
It was not. I knew it wasn't Crash Bandicoot or Spyro.
I thought you guys would have heard of that
I'm
game.
putting cheesy because I knew that was
I just put Halo.
but it wasn't.
I thought you guys would have heard of that game.
What did you put
I'm not-
down?
When was Jumping
What
Flash?
then?
What did you put?
Halo.
So the next one is, when did the original Xbox came out?
Sorry, say that again?
When did the original Xbox came out?
Oh,
November
yeah, it's that one. Yeah.
November the 15th, 2001.
Yeah.
I put 2000. I get that.
I put 2006.
I think is that close enough? Are we saying
2002, you were a year off. So if you were a year off, I would give it.
I put 2001.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's spot on.
I put 15/11 2001.
Well, yes, that's definitely spot on.
Amazing.
So then the next one,
More questions right than I thought I would get.
the next one's a good one. What's the most expensive video game ever made? GTA 5.
I put that because someone else said it.
Yep.
I don't know if-
Really?
Yeah.
At a cost of 265 million.
For
Yes.
some reason, I put Anthem.
Oh, is that how much it costs to make?
That's how it costs to make the game.
To buy, because I thought
265
I
mil.
said about 3DO and stuff because they're
Yeah.
so expensive.
So
to buy.
no, next one. Here we go.
I think.
Here we go with
Wow,
the
I actually got a
next
point.
with the next one. I'm trying to. Oh yeah, it's the music. I'm trying to remember my steps.
Yeah.
Here we go.
The,
Which band?
Sonic-
Yeah, which band had their song "The Edge" featured in the movie Amazing Spider-Man 2? Tonight's Alive.
I have no clue.
I put Lacuna Coil.
I didn't put
The Kuna Coil. Hey, you gone actually quite a good band on that one.
I put Chesney Oaks.
You went those are the ones that were non-Australian.
Chesney Oaks, I'm the one and only.
So the next one was.
I've actually got more right than I thought.
So the next one was the Shaun of the Dead scene where they are Ed and Shaun are humming with a zombie in the background and singing. Is White Lines by Grandmaster Flash.
Oh, great. I put You Spin Me Right Around, which I think is an 80s song, actually. Not
What?
an 80s song. So,
I put See You Later Alligator.
oh, it is.
I don't know if that's a real
Yeah.
song.
And the only reason I know that is because they say the title of the song as they are singing it.
Saying.
White
I have just put
Lines.
the next three questions. No, the next two questions I have put.
So
I
then,
definitely got wrong.
yeah, the next one is the composer that did the Lord of the Rings soundtrack is Howard Shore.
Sure.
Howard Shore.
I didn't remember.
Howard
The
Shore.
only name I could think of was John Williams, and I knew that was incorrect.
John Williams is actually a good one.
It is.
It's one of my favourites.
He didn't do those films.
Yeah, next one was.
Both Hans Zimmer and John Williams.
Yeah.
Yeah, I put hands.
Yeah, the next one was the All That Remains song featured in the first ever Saw movie. The most simplest name of them all is just called Six.
Oh, you put out.
You completely cut out there, completely.
Oh,
Oh, song name?
the first, the All That Remains song featured in the first ever Saw movie is Six.
Okay.
Oh.
I didn't know. So
That's
put
why
Kids Factory.
I said it was a simple title. Simple. It was just basically a number.
I just put kill.
It's just basically a number.
Oh well.
Then now we're on to this one. What's the name of the Simon Pegg co-wrote with Jessica Stevens is called Spaced.
Space.
It's Spaced, but you just add in a D at the end.
That was the name of all the films they did.
Yeah, you
I
just
put in that name.
What's his name?
yeah, you're just adding a D at the end of space.
I just put funny joke.
Then the next one is the one with the British drama comedy featuring Jack Whitehall is Fresh Meat.
Okay.
Fresh meat.
That show was amazing.
I usually put for that one Bad Education, but then you said it's not that.
No, it's not that. Yeah. Then the one with
I put Jack Whitehall's mummy.
then the one with naming the other TV show Michelle Keegan has starred in the last year was Brassic.
I didn't know, and I was pissed off, so I wrote "kick me in the teeth and stomp on my bollocks."
Yeah, Brassics is a comedy show that's been advertised so many times.
Right now.
I just put Orange is the New Black. I don't know why.
Orange is the New Black. Then for how many Then for the how many episodes? Yeah. Yeah. If Dan's still available, if Dan's still with us.
No, I didn't put anything.
For how many episodes there was of the British black comedy show Shameless? 139.
Okay, I was getting bored now, so I wrote "fucked if I know."
I'm gonna get demonetized on YouTube. No, I'm gonna get demonetized.
Well, I could have just guessed the number. Why didn't I just guess the number?
Yeah, because if you were to say put like 120 or something, I might have given it to you. Cause
I
been
put
close.
220. It's on 100 off. Can I have that?
No, if you were about 10 off, you can have it.
I put 24.
No, that's even worse.
Ooh.
Then the next one is, when did Phoenix Nights air on British TV?
2003.
So
Is it?
the answer
1998.
actually was 2001.
Oh, I'm close. I am close.
Yeah, so he gets a
I am close.
2003.
gets a point.
Let's fight that one.
Yeah, 2001 to 2002.
I think
Right.
I'd love to me that
I
one.
am I'm 3 out. Can I have that?
No, I can have it. It's mine.
Oh, you
I
both.
can't find
Oh, I
it.
can say both can have a point because you were both not far off.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a point.
Can you
I get a
name?
point?
Can you name?
1998.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, that's a point.
Can you name the actor that plays Dave? I can never pronounce this guy's name for Dave Lister. In Red Dwarf is Craig Charles.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you guys not heard of him, he's been in Coronation Street for God knows how long.
No,
What
that's
number
it.
was that?
I've seen the
I met
film.
the person.
I've seen the show.
Because he was in that for so
I
long.
know who Lister is. I had no.
Hey James,
Yeah,
what number was that?
Craig
17.
Charles.
Charles?
Then, when was the last episode of Top of the Pops aired on British TV? The 30th of July.
2007.
The 30th of July, 2006.
I put 2005.
So if you're a year off, you can get it.
Yeah.
Oh, damn, I put 2009.
2006.
Oh.
I can't remember the last episode because I was too young.
Right.
Can you name the actor that plays Moss in the IT Crowd? Richard AYOADE. My idol and everything else.
I got
Richard AYOADE.
Richard AYOADE.
There you go.
I got
Okay.
completely wrong on that one.
Then
I
what?
got Steven Zieselski.
I don't know who that is.
What year did the X-Files started? If you were to get when it first started, it's 1993. But if you got the end of the remake one, I would have still given it to you. Would have been 2018.
Oh, I started with 2018 and then put 2019.
Yeah.
Can I have 2019?
You can have that because you're a year off.
I got
Okay.
2016.
And then for the original, I put 1989.
Because it's 1993 was the original, and then it ended in 2000.
I had 2016.
Wow, you're 2 years off. You can have You're about 2 years off. You can have that.
Hey James,
Yeah.
What if for the ending part 2017?
Oh, the X-Files ended in 2018.
Yeah. What about 2017?
Yeah, you can have that because you're a year off. Year off. The next one is, which famous TV film actor starred in Home Improvement? Tim Allen.
Tim Allen, yeah.
Tim Allen.
Got it.
Oh, put Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah, it's Tim Allen.
Did you put Dan Aykroyd?
Yeah, because he
Da-
said he went Cranky's thing. And
This one's with the
Dan
crack.
Aykroyd's in there.
Yeah. Next.
Tim Allen's in there as well.
So the next.
I know you've got Tim Allen.
Yep. So the next one is name the 2012 American thriller film starring Mark Strong and Jessica Chastain, 30 Dark Zero.
Okay, I put 2012, so yeah, I put the film 2012, which
Okay.
I'm pretty sure didn't. I don't know. I had no clue.
Okay.
I put
I had
Kingsman.
no clue.
Okay. So the next one is name the 2014 animation comedy film starring Chris Pratt and Will Arnett, Lego Movie.
Oh, of course it is. Oh.
I put Lego Batman movie.
And Will Arnett was in that. 'Cause he played as Batman.
Well, Josh did get that Lego bit right.
Yeah, so
I put Lego Bat.
yeah.
Lego.
Next one is, can you name the movie starring Adam Sandler where he plays
Yes.
an adult idiot and goes back to school? Is Billy Madison.
No, I got that wrong.
Oh, I put Billy Elliot.
I knew that film existed. I just.
It's one of my
I
favourites.
thought that was about.
Billy
Oh,
Madison.
yeah, I put Waterboy for that. I put Waterboy.
Yeah, I put Waterboy as well.
Billy Madison's the best one.
I've never seen it.
I've only seen 2 Adam Sandler films. I saw Pixels and I saw what's the name of the one where he's from
Happy
Uzbekistan or
Gilmore.
something?
I know
So
which one
remember
you
he's
mean.
like a
we-
soldier from Uzbekistan. But he's
Oh
from-
no, Dictator.
Yeah.
No, not the dictator. That's not even him. That's
Oh,
something else.
Borat.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
I saw that.
Ne-
I didn't
so
see
the-
it because I decided to watch it. I saw it because we were shown it at something.
Yeah, the next one is
Yeah.
Rage Begins. What's the name of the football movie starring Sean Bean? When Saturday Comes.
Yeah, I got it right. Yeah.
The worst thing.
It's
I
like
put football is a funny old game.
it's iconic for me because I'm from. It's iconic for me because I'm from that area, so it's like an iconic film for me.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm from there. What's the name of the film that features Michael Jordan's Space Jam?
Yeah,
Yep.
I got that one.
Got that one, yeah. Good
Yeah,
movie.
the funniest one ever. The funniest one ever. Name the film about a boy who has magic football boots. There's only one Jimmy Grimble
That is not good. I thought it
from
was
the year
Butterfingers.
2000.
For some reason, there's a memory in my head of there being a film called Butterfingers about football.
I
Then
put Magic Shoes.
so then the
I
next
put Billy Elliot.
so the next one was what's the so the next one is what's the highest grossing film of all time? Avengers Endgame.
Yeah.
That was my second guess.
Avengers.
I put Star Wars 7.
It originally used to be Avatar, and then years before that it was Gone with the Wind.
Yeah.
Really?
for a long time.
That was in the
Yeah.
order that
I
it
thought
has
Titanic
changed
did
in.
it at one point. I thought Titanic had that at one point.
Yeah, Titanic.
Yeah,
was pretty high.
Titanic was in there as
Titanic's
well.
fourth. And then what's the name of the first breakthrough movie that Arnold Schwarzenegger was in? Conan the Barbarian.
Yeah.
I
but-
knew he was in that. I put Terminator because I couldn't remember.
'Cause that was the very first well-known movie he was in, and then and then that's it.
What score I've got?
then that's it. And that's it. That's all the questions.
I put Commando.
9 out of 29.
Also,
I got 9.
I think I got one. I think I got 1.
I got 9 out of 29.
I
9.
count mine.
That's great. I'm gonna work out because I'm annoyed. I'm gonna work out the percentage.
Percentage. 9 out of 29. 9 out of 29. Pardon me? We're still waiting for some other we're just waiting for some other answers.
31%.
31%.
It sounds bad as a percentage, doesn't it?
I got 1/2 of 29.
Sound better, isn't it?
I got 9 as well.
So it's like a draw.
Three-way tie.
A three-way tie.
29.
A three-way tie.
That is mental. That's ridiculous.
It's a three-way tie.
Don't call it three-way.
Congratulations.
Do not actually.
So we've all got a 9.
We've all
Jane.
done equally
We're
as
happy
bad.
for them, aren't we?
Wow, we all got 9. You all got 9.
Right.
So that's good.
Favourite number in German.
So that's good.
Yeah.
Favourite number in German.
So I hope you guys enjoyed that.
Oh my gosh, that was.
Jane,
Yeah?
I did not get anywhere near that.
What did you get?
1.5.
1.5. What did you
You
get?
got 1.5.
Yep.
What did you get?
Oh,
half
okay.
for?
And is if that from how I work, from how I thought.
So I'm just hoping you guys enjoyed that.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.